Very soon things will make sense. There was a young man named Daniel who sat alone on a wooden bench every evening, staring at the sunset. To anyone passing by, he looked calm, but inside, he was carrying a storm. At 25, his life looked nothing like he had imagined. He had graduated with high hopes, convinced that success would come quickly. He dreamed of a good job, a comfortable life, and the ability to help his family. Instead, year after year, doors kept closing. Job applications were rejected. Business ideas failed. Friends moved ahead while he remained stuck. His savings disappeared. His confidence slowly faded. And every night, he asked the same question. Why is this happening to me? One evening, after receiving yet another rejection email, Daniel felt completely defeated. He walked aimlessly through the streets until he reached an old park. There, sitting beneath a large tree, was an elderly man. The old man noticed Daniel's troubled face. "Young man," he said gently, "you look like someone carrying the weight of the world." Daniel forced a smile. "It feels that way." The old man nodded. "Sit with me." Daniel sat down. For a few moments, neither of them spoke. Then the old man asked, "Tell me, what is troubling you?" And for the first time in a long while, Daniel opened up. He talked about his failures, his disappointments, his fears, his frustration, his confusion. When he finished, the old man looked at him and said something unexpected. "Very soon, things will make sense." Daniel frowned. "With all due respect, sir, people keep telling me that. But nothing makes sense." The old man smiled. "Have you ever looked at the back of a tapestry?" Daniel shook his head. The old man continued. "From the back, a tapestry looks messy. Threads go in every direction. Knots are everywhere. Colors seem random. It looks like a mistake." He paused. "But when you turn it around, you see a beautiful picture." Daniel listened carefully. "Right now," the old man said, "you are looking at the back of your life." Those words stayed with Daniel. Days turned into weeks. Weeks turned into months. Life didn't suddenly improve. He still struggled. He still faced rejection. He still had moments when he wanted to give up. But whenever frustration returned, he remembered. Maybe I'm only seeing the back of the tapestry. So he kept going. He continued learning, continued applying, continued improving, continued showing up, even when nobody noticed, even when progress felt invisible. 1 year later, something unexpected happened. A company invited him for an interview, not because of his degree, not because of his connections, but because of skills he had developed during the difficult months when nobody was watching. The interview went well. A week later, he received a call. He got the job. For the first time in years, Daniel felt hope. But that wasn't the moment everything made sense. The real understanding came later. As he settled into his new role, he discovered that many of the challenges he faced every day required knowledge he had gained during his failures. The business he started and lost taught him problem-solving. The freelance work he did to survive taught him communication. The courses he took while unemployed taught him technical skills. The hardships taught him resilience. The disappointments taught him patience. Everything that once seemed useless suddenly became valuable. The pieces began connecting. The picture started forming. One afternoon, Daniel met a coworker named Sarah. They became friends. Months later, that friendship grew into something deeper. Eventually, they got married. Years later, while sitting on the porch of their home, Sarah asked him, "Do you ever wonder what would have happened if your life had gone exactly according to your original plan?" Daniel laughed. "Every day." And he looked at the sunset. "If my first plan had worked, I wouldn't have taken those courses. I wouldn't have gotten that job. I wouldn't have moved to this city. And I probably never would have met you." For a moment, neither of them spoke. Then Sarah smiled. "So all those disappointments led you here?" Daniel nodded. "Yes." And for the first time, he truly understood. The delays had a purpose. The setbacks had a purpose. The waiting had a purpose. The failures had a purpose. What once looked like a collection of random, painful moments had actually been a path. A path he couldn't see while he was walking it. Years later, Daniel became a mentor to young people facing struggles similar to the ones he once faced. Whenever someone sat across from him feeling hopeless, he would tell them the story of the tapestry. He would say, "Right now, your life may look confusing. You may not understand the delays. You may not understand the closed doors. You may not understand the pain. But you are only seeing one side. The picture is still being created. Keep moving. Keep believing. Keep growing. One day you'll look back and realize that the moments you wanted to escape were the moments that shaped you." And every time he said those words, he remembered the old man in the park. The man he never saw again. The man who changed his life with one simple sentence. Very soon, things will make sense. So, if you're going through a difficult season right now, if you're carrying questions that seem to have no answers, remember this. Not every chapter is meant to be understood while you're living it. Some lessons reveal themselves later. Some answers arrive with time. Some blessings come disguised as delays. The road may seem confusing today. The pieces may not fit together yet. But your story is still being written. The page you're on is not the final page. Keep going. Keep believing. Keep showing up. Because one day, perhaps sooner than you think, you'll look back at everything you've been through and realize that every struggle, every delay, every disappointment, and every unexpected turn was helping create a picture far greater than you could see. And when that day comes, you'll smile and say, "Now I understand. Now it all makes sense."